Hello there, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing super duper well. For today's video, we are going to be building this Mexican food truck. Now I was inspired to do this one because a little while ago I did a bakery slash cafe food truck in the world of Nordhaven, and that video did quite well. You guys seemed to enjoy that build, so I decided to do another one. But obviously I wanted to put a little bit of a different twist on this one. So for this one, instead of it being a small business, I decided to turn it into a restaurant lot. And we are also building this in the world of San Myshuno, I believe it's called. It's the world that came with City Living. And I decided to build this one down by the water. So yeah, it is a Mexican food truck. You could also maybe call it a taco food truck. That's what I originally wanted to call it, but we're not only selling tacos, so Mexican food truck. I just thought it'd be really cool. So the idea behind this is that it is a park down by in the harbor, down by the docks, and maybe they have different food trucks that come at different times, but this one happens to be a Mexican food truck. And yeah, I just thought it'd be very nice. Right now we're just doing all of our landscaping. All right, that one last tree, I didn't notice until I was editing it. That one tree that's down by the bottom, I should not have put that there because it kind of prevents the truck from being able to pull in realistically. So we're just gonna pretend that they can go around that tree. Yeah, I don't know why, I just noticed that. But yeah, I ended up using the platforms to build this like raised up seating area. I just thought that'd be kind of interesting. And you could also turn this into like more of a park and maybe put like an outdoor movie theater or something, or like a stage there. I think that would also be very interesting. But yeah, I wanted to do another food truck because you guys seem to enjoy that. So now we are going to be doing the seating and stuff for our actual like outdoor area. All right, that bench that I just placed in front of that bathroom, I also forgot to put that there. So when you go to download this build off the gallery, which it should be on the gallery right now if I did my job, it is in a different spot. It's just I hilariously did not notice that I just left it there for the rest of the video and all of that. I also have to address the pink squares that you can see there. I, for the life of me, could not get those pink squares to go away. I restarted my game twice. I clicked off of this lot, I clicked back on, and I could not get those darn squares to go away. So I am so sorry. My O button wasn't working. You know, it's so that you can turn it on and off, so for the grid to come on and off. I don't know why it wouldn't go away. So for this video, it is there. I'm really sorry. Hopefully it's just a bug inside the game and it'll go away soon, but yeah. So yeah, I decided to put up some picnic blankets. These came from the Lovestruck, and then I just picked up random like lawn chairs and stuff. Yeah, I thought maybe they do like events and whatnot, and I thought about using this guy. I ended up putting it over by the entrance to give some shade because I did a restaurant lot instead of a small business lot. I wanted to do something slightly different. So I used that to be some coverage for our hostess or host, so that they're protected from the sun and stuff. So the host will go and take your Sims. I did test the lot to make sure everything worked fine. They will go and take your Sim to one of the seating areas and whatnot. And yeah, sorry guys, I keep clicking the escape button and like the light buttons and stuff. It's such a bad habit because of how I have to sit. I record in my living room because I play on console, and I have to put my keyboard on the sofa, and then in my other hand I use the mouse on the arm of my sofa, and it is quite uncomfortable, but unfortunately that's the only way I'm able to record. So yeah, I'm just going around, and I realized I almost forgot to do the grass on these platforms, but I went around and fixed that, and then I thought I wanted to place more plants here, but I still wanted to keep it kind of minimalistic. I don't know, just kind of matching the vibes of like the area around us. And now we're gonna go and start working on our actual food truck. I wanted to try and make sure that I made this one different than the other one I did in Nordhaven. I just had like this weird thing of, you know, if I was a smart social media person and I saw that a build did good, you know, I would piggyback off of that doing good and be like, oh, let me make more of these. But I don't know, I just don't like doing that. Like, at the end of the day, like, yes, I want this channel to be successful and I want want to have a bunch of subscribers and have it do so well, but at the end of the day, like, I'm here for the fun. So I'm gonna build what I want to build, but you know, I am trying to grow the channel and whatnot. So yeah, here's me trying to piggyback off the success of that video by making another one. But yes, I did want to make sure that it was different and interesting, so that my brain would let me do this. So yeah, I decided instead of having like the front seating that I did in the last one, I decided to make this like storage. Because I realized, like, realistically, a food truck or something, if they don't have access to their own power source, then they would have to have a generator. So I picked up a generator that came from Eco Lifestyle, and I grabbed some gas cakes that I believe are either Base Game or from Island Living. And obviously this is not functional, but yeah, I just thought it would add a little realism and some decoration, and it gave me a way to fill up that front space of our trailer and as a decoration. So yeah, I wanted to do very bright and colorful. I was inspired by these really cool wall decals that came from Lovestruck. They have like the chicken and the iguana, and I really liked those, and I thought that the dark colors contrasted well and looked very interesting. Because yeah, as I did with this last one, I wanted to do this metal, so I went for dark blue, and then I did green, and then I did the red and yellow roof trim, just to make it look very interesting. I wanted a lot of color and very pretty, fun stuff. I was gonna do this one, and then I also was working on like a barbecue one, so maybe I'll do that in the future, seeing how this one goes. But yeah, so I also am putting indoors. These ones are from the Business and Hobbies pack. And then I did think about raising the platform, but I ended up just raising the whole building up itself, just to help cover up from the trailer hitch on the bottom. Because the item that I'm building this on top of, it's a boat ramp that's on the debug menu under like Base Game. So obviously it's not actually made for this, but we're gonna use it to pretend it is. I was having trouble getting these colors to match. I always get worried that I'm not matching the right colors, but yeah. So this way, it's still a functioning restaurant. You have to have a bathroom and all these other things, so there is a bathroom, and I did put an outdoor bathroom as well, just for like realism. So I'm pretending that this is like a to-go window. So there's this window that your waiters can go up and just grab the food from them in that way. And then they'll go and bring the food to the Sims that are sitting at the tables. And I like that idea. It functions well. I did check. The other window is just for decoration. So yeah, we're pretending that, okay, if someone just doesn't want to sit down and eat, they just want to come pick up their food, they can do so at that other window. So it's just for pretend. I'm using these outdoor lights, and you could go, and if you want to own this lot, you could go and lock that back door. I just wanted to try and have a little more realism and stuff. That is one thing that's kind of fun about me revisiting this idea, is that I can do things slightly different than the last time. So maybe I shouldn't be so scared to, you know, revisit or reuse an idea. I don't know. It's just, again, I'm scared of being like a one-trick pony, you know? Like, some people, like, they have one video that does super well or whatever, and they just do the same thing but slightly different over and over and over again. And I just don't want to do that. Like, it feels icky to me, but also, like, that's how you get, like, you know, I don't know, is that just, it just turns into an identity or whatever? I don't know. I'm talking nonsense here, but it is what it is. So yeah, now we're just out decorating the exterior of our little trailer, and I'm using those cute little froggies and flowers just because they have those same sort of like neon colors that the cute little iguana, and I put on the other side, there's like the chicken decal. It's the same thing, it's just a different swatch. I just thought they worked quite well, and then I used this light, and I put it on either side as well. So yeah, last food truck that I did use these flowers. So again, me trying to recreate the magic of the last video, but also make sure that it's different enough that I don't feel like I'm just, I don't know, it feels like slimy, like maybe I'm scamming y'all, but I'm not. I don't know why I feel so strongly about this, or like why I feel like y'all are gonna get like annoyed or something, being like, oh, she's just recreating the same build over and over again. I don't know why I feel so strongly like that. I don't think you guys care. Do you? I don't think you do. You probably don't. I think it's just me being anxious. I just need to relax a little bit. It's not that deep. But yes, okay. I gave them a window cover on this side, but I low-key forgot to do it on the other side, or I decided just not to give one. But yeah, you can also lock this, the trash can, and so that they can go out and throw the trash. Luckily, I remembered to do that, and so that the Sims don't have to walk all the way through the park to get there. And here's the cute little chicken. I was trying to decide where I wanted to put him. He had to go on this side because I wanted to put a little bathroom decal, just so that our guest for the restaurant can know, like, all right, go through this door. You're allowed to come through this door to go use the bathroom. So yeah, this is a bathroom that is only for our guests to use. And yeah, I decided to give them also an air conditioner. And this is where I realized I put the kitchen in the wrong spot, so I had to go and adjust everything. And I was grumbling about it and stuff in the video. I was like, meh, 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 meh. Just making like angry little voices. Yeah, I don't know. That's why it's funny that I'm like, oh, I can make little noises and stuff because I'm doing the speed build. No one's gonna hear it, and I totally just did the noise. But you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna stim and make funny noises if I want to. Yeah. I also want to do more streaming, which means you guys are gonna have to listen to me making my funny little noises. But I'm not gonna apologize for me being silly, because sometimes I'm being silly, and that's okay. I'm gonna make my little noises. So yeah, this is the chicken. I was determined. I was like, I want this chicken. Where am I gonna put the chicken? So I think he ended up staying here. Now I feel kind of bad. Our little chicken friend's gonna be hidden by the air conditioner, but it's okay. It's fine. Here we go. More frogs and stuff. Yeah, it's very self-explanatory. This is why I feel weird doing speed builds. But anyways, in a little bit, we're gonna go and start working on the interior. We're gonna start off in that little like hallway area that I ended up with, and then like the bathroom and stuff. Everything's quite straightforward, but yeah, the little frogs and the flowers, that's gonna be the next challenge. If I do this again, I'm gonna have to figure out a different way to decorate the outside. I wish we had like grass decals. I feel like that would look really cool. I do believe we do have like a wallpaper that has that, but I did try it, I think, and it didn't work for this look, especially since I wanted it to look like metal. But I did play around with, there's like this wallpaper that came from the Lovestruck that has like this kind of like spray painted roses and stuff on it. I did toy around with using that one because I thought maybe it's called like a wrap, like they do with cars and stuff, where they print something out and then they just wrap it around your car and like use a heat gun to like make it adhere to your car. I hope you understand what I mean. I played around the idea because I was like, oh, that kind of looks like that. So then it wouldn't matter if I make the material look like it's metal, but I don't know. It kind of didn't work, kind of did work. So I'll have to play around with that maybe next time. So yeah, here's that generator and the gas tanks that I was talking about. And then I put a little like caution sign of like, hey, don't mess with this. Like, you know, bad things gonna happen. Don't be like smoking or something next to this. And then I was putting in these little lights. I believe I changed these lights later on, or at least the one in the bathroom, I changed it. I didn't quite like how it looked, and then I was giving like a broom and an apron and some hand sanitizer, and then I was like, all right, hold on, you gotta remember to get the waiter station. So I ended up putting it in the kitchen. I originally wanted to put it here, but I don't know why, it just didn't fit there in the way that I wanted it to. So I just put in like this little like cow skull for decoration. I just thought it looked kind of cool. And then yeah, I started working on the bathroom, and I picked this bathroom specifically. I wanted it to look kind of like a temporary like RV trailer sort of vibe. So I used this sink that came from Laundry Day, and I don't know, it just kind of gave that sort of like temporary, maybe this is like a lower, starting off, like they want to be a permanent restaurant location, excuse me, but they just don't have the money yet. Yeah, maybe later on they'll upgrade their bathroom and stuff, but it just hasn't happened quite yet for them. And yeah, I was just trying for a little more realism and stuff with this build, but I definitely still like how it turned out. So anyways, I decided to give them some more bathroom storage so they can you know, have some cleaner and extra toilet paper and stuff for people to use. And then now we are going to go and start working in the actual like kitchen itself. But first I needed to put in these ceiling lights to make sure you guys could see what I was doing. And then this thing was stuck in the wall that kind of drove me insane, and I decided to go for a lot of primary colors, so like orange, red, and greens and blues and stuff for the decorations on the interior. And I ended up using it's like the very last thing that I do, but I used that tile that came from Lovestruck, I believe. I really like it, and I've been dying to use it in the build, so I'm glad that I finally got around to using it. I originally was going to zhuzh all the cabinets together to cover in that gap around the fridge, but I decided just to put a trash can there instead. Oh, sorry, my ankle popped. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just cluttering up the kitchen right now, and I use these. They came from the Dine Out kit, these little shelves. Luckily, they all have the same orange swatch. And then I do remember to put in a washer, a dishwasher, and then I also put a sink. So luckily, I did not forget those. But yeah, it was a pretty easy build, easy going, easy peasy. I don't know. It ended up being a speed build because the last one was a speed build. It was just such a small build. It didn't feel like it was worth doing a let's play, but the next video should be a let's play. But yeah, now I'm just finishing up. I stuck with our orange shade, and I gave him like a spice rack, and then I think I ended up moving all the cutting stuff over here. I was just trying to think of like logically, like I had to keep that window clear so that they have somewhere to put like the to-go food orders and whatnot. So everything's like nice and organized, and here we go with that tile. But yeah, I'm pretty much just filling up everything, trying to make this look very decorated and just, I don't know, functional. Like it looks like a functioning kitchen, but I had to get a little creative with how I placed this tile. Like I wasn't able to put it behind our waiter station, and then I had to put it lower over here. But I really do like this tile. I'm definitely gonna try and use this more in the future. But yeah, I just lit them up, and I'm just going around checking everything. The last thing I'm gonna do is add in some non-slip. These are from the Dine Out kit, some non-slip rugs, just so that, you know, they are all nice and safe. And this is where I'm gonna end this video. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe so you never miss out on any of my future videos. Take care, and I will see you next time.